Good afternoon. How are you doing? Welcome to this Thursday's show, live from the Luxury Promise. Bless you, Rachel. Rachel and I are seriously, I'm certainly suffering from summer cold today, so excuse any sneezes. Pollen count in London today is really, really high, which would explain the puffy eyes as well. So we're going to do our best to work through our sneezes today. As you can see behind me, we have got the most amazing selection of neutral and classic pieces that we have pre-prepared today for you. Some incredible classic Hermes colours. A few new favourites as well within the neutral colour palette, so new colours for 2022. We're going to start with a few beautiful bags and move on also to some classic shoes. So if we are ready, Rachel is also going to send some instructions on payment, which will appear at the bottom of the screen. And also for anyone new that is joining us, all pieces from the show will be shoppable either from an item icon in the top of the screen, or of course you can DM us for any other sizes that aren't listed, for example in some of the shoes. We do have other sizes available in the styles that we are offering, so please do DM us and we can let you know if they're going to be loaded onto the site anytime soon. And also the huge added bonus for our international clients: if anything is purchased during the shows, we do cover the duty payment, the import duty to your destination country. There will be a small shipping fee, but all duties are covered, which obviously on the value of some of the bags that we are showing is a huge added bonus from shopping through the live. Okay, great. If we are ready, we're going to move on to our first bag today. I wanted to start really with one of my favourite new shapes and styles that Hermes have launched. Now I think we're going to work with, firstly, we've actually got two in stock at the moment, one in palladium hardware and one in gold. This is the 25 centimetre gold Cellier Birkin. It is just the most incredible, firstly shape, because they reintroduced the Cellier style in the Birkin very recently. So this is a new U-stamp 2022 gold Epsom Birkin with palladium in the 25 centimetre. As I'm sure you'll agree, it is just the most gorgeous shape. It is a super beautiful style. It comes full set with all original accessories. And packaging, so box, dust bag, and paperwork as well. All of the plastics on the hardware, as you can see, are still attached, so it's completely unused, in immaculate condition, fresh from store this year. It is just the most incredible classic gold colour, which features the contrasting stitching, which is a really sort of super iconic feature on the gold. It is Epsom leather, so it is incredibly durable. It keeps its shape beautifully. Hi Sam, how are you doing? Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. An absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous piece that's just arrived with us. We actually have it in the gold hardware as well, that's not actually featured in the show today, but I will show it to you just so you can compare how different the colours look. So I always find it super interesting that you can obviously sort of tonally, it looks quite different in the palladium to how it appears in the gold, which is really beautiful as well, the slightly warmer hardware. So this is the piece that's available to purchase today, which is the 25 centimetre gold Epsom Birkin in the Cellier style. With palladium hardware, beg your pardon. It's available for £27,500 or $33,760 US. Absolutely stunning. So once again, that one is new, unworn, 2022 dated receipt, and U-stamp, which is the most recent Hermes year stamp They said thunderstorms today. Yes, it's really warm in the it's really warm in the showroom today. It's been sunny this afternoon in London. It was a bit disgusting this morning. I was wearing my Orans, and we all agreed in the office that was not the choice footwear to be wearing in the rain because they're quite lethal in the wet. It's not a sensible choice of footwear. I've since changed to different foot attire for this afternoon, just in case we get caught in the rain again. Hi Brenna, it's fascinating how different the hardware and colour saturation leather. Yes, I mean it's always something really noticeable, particularly in the sort of the warmer colours. It can really bring like the warm undertones, particularly within the neutral palette. It really does bring out the sort of the warm undertones in gold, but with the palladium it kind of looks a little bit fresher, I think. And also I do think sometimes when you've got the palladium hardware you notice the detailing a little bit more, so it really draws attention to the beautiful contrasting stitching on this, which I absolutely love. Sam, I'm jealous that you haven't had any bad weather this morning. Although we do have train strikes as well in London, so there's hardly anybody around, which is like an absolute nightmare day if you're out and about in ill-chosen footwear and with no public transport. Not ideal. Okay, right, we're going to move on next to a new 2022 colour. I wouldn't say it's replacing the classic Etan, which is the core Hermes grey colour, really, that we get the most requests for. They have released a colour recently called Gris Maya, which is... Yes, right, Rachel's already been spotting this one. Both of the pieces we have today are palladium hardware, so it really brings out the lovely kind of cool greyness of this colour. We'll start with the Birkin, which we have just received in 30 centimetre. It's in Togo leather, so it's a really lovely kind of classic, soft, supple leather. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So, it's what, sorry? Yes, the Etan has definitely got a brown undertone. The Gris Maya is definitely a cooler grey. It's that little bit paler. It's definitely more sort of in the lines of a very sort of metallic grey colour. So Gris Maya, Togo with palladium hardware in the 30 centimetre. Again, this is a brand new U stamp, receipt dated 2022. It's such a nice grey. It's been a while since we've had like a really flat grey colour, and this is super usable, wearable colour. Again, it's brand new. All hardware is covered in plastics. It comes with a full set with receipt, so all original packaging, paperwork and accessories. It is immaculate. It's probably one of my favourite. I've picked a couple of my personal favourite, because that's the purpose of the job, right? So you get to pick a few of the favourite new colours. There's a couple of other neutral tones which we're going to introduce in a little while. So this is, once again, the Gris Maya. It's a really lovely flat grey. You can really notice the beautiful graining on the Togo leather. It's really super soft. And then for scale wise, it is, the 30 centimetre is a kind of personal favourite for me, simply because you can actually wear it on your arm. Unless you have really slight wrists, it's a little bit trickier on the 25 centimetre, but the 30 centimetre is definitely the kind of the more usable day size, although we are slowly seeing a few more 35s, so I do think the bigger bag trend is definitely making a comeback, and this is probably our most kind of classic day-to-day size at the moment in the 30 centimetre. It's a really super beautiful piece with the big, obviously the hardware on the 30 centimetre is slightly chunkier as well, so it does definitely suit, it definitely suits the sort of the very icy greys. Really beautiful. Brenna, how was the graduation? Hope it stayed dry for that and wasn't too hot. It was kind of sweltering this last week here in London. which we're not used to. We're not designed for this.
Yeah, it was raining where I was.
Oh yeah, Rachel was in Portugal, went to chase the sun, and it rained.
Yes.
So she brought that with her,
Yeah.
which is super disappointing. Hi. Yes, we can check the Instagram DM. I will make sure the team checks that one for you. Okay, so the 30 centimetre Birkin in Gruyere, new 2022 colour, in Togo leather with palladium hardware, is available at £21,950 or $26,946 US. And once again, all duties for items purchased within the show for our international clients are covered by Luxury Promise. Beautiful. Okay, we have another piece in this colour. Let's try and keep it consistent, which is quite wonderful. The neutral colours in the Mini Kelly are very few and far between. And so we have, again with the palladium hardware in the Gruyere, in Epsom leather, is this absolutely beautiful Mini Kelly. So this one, obviously the Mini Kellys come in the Cellier style, which has the most, obviously, beautiful structure to it in the Cellier style. They're very neat, absolutely gorgeous shape to them. This one, again, is brand new with all original plastics on the hardware. I'm just going to open it up and show you how it looks. Open. They obviously come with full set with their straps. So the Mini Kelly obviously can be worn across the body, like so. So that's the original strap with all the plastics attached to the strap hooks as well. So I won't show you because we'd have to remove the plastics. And they are super, super delicate. But in terms of, hi Joanna, isn't this delicious? It's so beautiful, and just for sort of scale, I don't know, I have to stand quite far back. They are really dinky, the Mini Kelly. They're a really cute little size. So again, with the Gruyere, obviously you have the complementary stitching. So the stitching is tonal in the same colour as the leather. So it's really discreet. It kind of makes you really notice the shine on the hardware. It's a really lovely combination again with the palladium and this lovely cool grey. So I don't even know, I think we've got a tan bag at the moment. They're becoming quite difficult to come by, this Gruyere colour. Definitely not replacing it, but we are seeing less and less of the tan.
It does have a very metallic sheen.
Yeah, it does, particularly in the Etude leather. It's got a beautiful sheen to it, which obviously with the ring light you can kind of see how beautiful the hardware catches in the light. It's really neat shape, the K20. They are very dinky. Obviously they just fit an iPhone in, so they are small. No iPhones with cases if you're using one of the Pro size iPhones. But in terms of fitting a mobile, like a device in there, it just fits. They kind of made it just suitable for your iPhone. Absolutely beautiful. It kind of looks a little bit more grey because I've got my brown silky gloves on as well, so it kind of makes the colour look a little bit flatter. It's a really gorgeous new neutral colour, and obviously super wearable. Will sit beautifully with absolutely everything. And this one is also shoppable via the show, I believe. Here we go. It is the Gruyere Mini Kelly Cellier, 20 centimetre, in Epsom leather with palladium hardware, and it's available for £24,000 or $29,463 US. And there's a beautiful photo of one of our team holding it, just to give you an idea of scale. The outfit there is quite wintry, but I do think because this is quite a cool grey, this is definitely a bit more of a seasonally transitional colour. It's a really stunning piece. And once again, all of the plastics are present on the hardware, so it's completely unused. It's really gorgeous. Right, so grey, we're going to move away from grey. maybe we'll go to some of our slightly more. We've got a lot of gold. Gold is essentially Hermès's core neutral colour. We have a beautiful 30 centimetre Birkin, which I'm going to move to next. I've hidden it somewhere. Sometimes I can't see the wood for the trees when they're on merchandise. It's kind of somewhere. Okay, right. First Birkin purchase for a lot of Hermès clients is either black or gold. It tends to be the core neutral colour. This one is in Epsom leather, so it's got the most amazing rigidity. It's in the retourné style, so the stitching is turned inwards. You've got that lovely distinctive piping that is kind of quintessential to the like the classic Hermès Birkin size in the 30 centimetres. So it's 30 centimetre palladium hardware in the beautiful gold tone in Epsom leather. Once again, this one is brand new. It's unworn. It has a receipt dated this month, so it's literally just been collected from store. The client was actually looking for a 25 size, but was offered the 30 and felt obliged to take it. It's absolutely beautiful. This is kind of the cornerstone of the Hermès collection, really, in terms of an everyday neutral classic colour. Again, with the gorgeous, gorgeous contrast stitching, which sometimes is a little bit overlooked, I think, but it's a really lovely detail in the gold and the étoupe. Classically, there are a few other older colours like Rose Turenne that you see the contrast stitching on, but it's very distinctive on the gold and the étoupe colours. So again, it's that slightly more usable daytime size in the 30 centimetre. It's such a beautiful. The graining on this, we often mention good bags and bad bags. The Epsom leather is generally considered to be, although scuff marks obviously do happen with when you use your bags, it's quite a hard wearing leather. It really keeps its shape beautifully. Payment method accepted, Sheila. There, if you scroll, you can actually scroll up, but maybe Rachel, can we repin the payment? Oh, fantastic. We'll repin all of the payment methods for you, Sheila, there. Gold never dates. You're completely correct, Sam. So right. All of the payment options have just appeared at the bottom of the screen there for you. You can look into that one, Sheila. Yeah, it is a classic colour. You will be wearing it forever. It's such a great tone. It's a really warm, tan. Whenever we get requests for tan colours, it's always in reference to the gold. Very recently, we've seen a few really nice neutral tones being brought back into the collection. We've actually got a really lovely B25 biscuit, which is as edible as it sounds. Really, really lovely. Yes, gold Orans. I don't think, we've got one, but this is in the Swift leather, so they look a little bit different. These are actually going to be available to purchase on the website. So that's it in Swift leather, just to show.
They're a DM.
Yes, these. We've just had a fresh batch of gold classic Orans in the Swift leather, so if they are of interest, please do DM us to purchase, because they haven't appeared on the site yet, so they aren't shoppable via the show. They have just arrived, and we've got a full-size set, I believe, in those, and they are very, very difficult to get hold of now. Very, very tricky.
I just bought a cargo pig.
Yes! Rachel was away last week and didn't get to see, obviously didn't watch the show, because we did. Yeah, Rachel was surfing, so she wasn't really online. It was a little bit trickier. She's just spotted the cargo Piketins, which we did obviously do a little feature on last week, which are also available to purchase. So the 30 centimetre, we got distracted then by the Orans. Thank you, Sam. love a little matching shoe. So the 30 centimetre gold Birkin in Epsom leather, palladium hardware, is available for £21,500, which for a classic is an excellent price right now, market-wise. It's actually a really, really good value bag in the 30 centimetre. And that is £26,300. $394 US. I mean, so beautiful. I'm obsessed with gold. I think, like seasonally, this is a fantastic core piece. Okay, right. And from gold, we can migrate beautifully over to the other natural classic. And on a day like today, it does encourage a few more people to be drawn to classic black. This is obviously a little bit different. We just featured the gold Celia B25. This is a classic black Epsom Cellier Birkin. So it's got that lovely, lovely, tight, neat grain with the Cellier stitching that really keeps the shape beautifully.
I have a question.
Oh, Rachel has a question. Yes.
How can you tell the difference between this and Vue Madame?
Ah, Madame, yes. The grain is even more diddy, yes. So this is Epsom, so I don't know if you can see, the ring light sometimes does more harm than good, but you can see the texture of the Epsom leather. It's quite a broad grain. So the Madame leather comes with an even tighter, even kind of less pronounced grain. It still has the stiffness of the Epsom leather, but it has just a slightly more kind of formal. So Epsom leather, unlike Togo, which is natural graining, is a synthetic grain. So it's less irregular, let's just say that. We do sometimes get Togo bags with slightly more pronounced veins in them, essentially, which is obviously because it's a natural product, and it is just an inconsistency in the fabric of the bag, basically. But we like to look at them as nice quirks rather than flaws, because it does obviously make your bag a little bit more distinctive, and as you wear them, Togo bags do tend to sort of drop a little bit and become a little bit softer. Do you have any twillies with the fringe? Kathy, we have some coming. There is one, I believe, being launched on the website, but it's the slightly bigger limited edition. It's the marble silk, which if you are an Hermes buff, you would have seen them produce the Constance in 24 centimetre and 18 centimetre in a marbled silk, which was a sort of a limited edition design. And we have one of the twillies with the beautiful fringing in the marble silk coming online very soon. If that sounds of interest, please do DM us and we can let you know before it is launched on the website. Large influx of product onto the site very soon, which is very exciting, because we have had a huge delivery of shoes, a sneak peek, which we are going to offer you later today. Okay, right, so back to our beautiful black dinky 25 centimetre Birkin. So again, it's a really understated but very kind of powerful looking. I think the Cellier bags always look, they look slightly more kind of polished, and obviously you've got that amazing sheen to the Epsom leather that really gives it that incredible structural shape. This is like the most perfect table bag, obviously, when you're at dinner. You've got the most incredible dinner partner. It's always such, I mean, they're such covetable pieces in this size and shape. I do think they look absolutely beautiful. Okay, so that Birkin 25 centimetre in black with gorgeous gold hardware. You can see some of this one's obviously just been checked in, so the plastics are visible on all of the hardware. It's in Epsom leather with gold hardware and is £26,500 or $32,532 US. Absolutely beautiful. So this one is shoppable via the show today, via the icon at the top of the screen. Gorgeous. Okay, right. What should we do next? Where shall we go? Maybe we'll do a her bag. We always get requests this time of year for some of the wearable travel pieces, and the her bag is the classic canvas, slightly more wearable style. So nice. I'm going to put it on to just show you kind of, I'll step back a little bit so you can see size-wise. So this is a 31 centimetre her bag. It's kind of the most compact her bag size. They come in combination fabric. So this is a beautiful woven, as you can see, it's got this kind of plaid detail in ecru and black. It's a little bit rarer because it comes with gold hardware. Most of the her bags that we see come onto the market have palladium hardware. The good thing about the her bag is that you can kind of almost take it apart and use it how you wish. So it comes with a great little accessible pocket at the back. So it's actually sort of officially called the her bag zip. So you've got this really super usable pocket at the back, which is in black canvas. Really, really usable. And then you can actually take the her bag apart completely by taking out the central hardware. So it's literally got this little rod that goes through the top of the bag, and then you can adjust whether you want to wear it purely across the body. You can take off the top handle, or you can obviously take off the crossbody strap and just have it almost like a little briefcase. Obviously in the 31 centimetre it's not going to get too heavy, so just carrying it by the top strap is pretty easy. It comes with really gorgeous chunky hardware. I don't know if you can see the top of the bag. It's a really nice contrast between the plaid fabric and the gold hardware. They also come with a little internal pocket, so the her bags are obviously unlined, so you've got that amazing interior as well in the fabric. And they come with a great little pocket attached to put all of your belongings, which is really good for obviously for makeup and things. So they're great little travel bags. You can obviously stick your passport in there, because I am always that person at the gate that can't find their passport. Slowing everyone down. It's like if they put everything on your phone, if you could have your passport on your phone, it would be the dream, because then you just need one device. Yes, right. It would make life so much easier. So I just sit this up a little bit. It's absolutely gorgeous. So again, the 31 centimetre is brand new, unused. The hardware does actually feature all of the gorgeous protective plastic, but it's got that lovely Hermes, I don't know if you can see this, Hermes Paris embossing on the hardware, and it also features it on the side as well, which is really cute. So these basically unscrew and unhook, and then you can take out the top of your her bag, which is actually really handy if you ever were to spill anything on the inside, which I'm a professional at. You can actually take off all of the leather pieces and properly sort of wipe clean the interior of your her bag, which is really super helpful. It's also got the lovely leather embossing at the back. I don't know if you can see the Hermes logo too visible. So this is lovely Vache Hunter leather. It has a great sheen to it. It's got a lovely patina. So the Hermes her bag, 31 centimetre in ecru canvas and black Vache Hunter leather, is available with gold hardware at £4,400 or 5,401. That one is very important. That's US dollars. Really gorgeous. I think they're such a good little travel bag. They're really easy and lightweight, you know, because they're fabric over the mostly leather bags that Hermes produce. They do have that slightly more relaxed, slightly more slightly lighter, maybe a little bit more daytimey feel. And we also have a new colour in the her bag. So this is what it basically looks like without the crossbody strap. This one is in a new colour called June, which is very similar to the gold. It's probably like a little bit more of a rusty undertone. So again, in the 31 centimetre, this is a verso. So it comes with an étoupe pocket on the back. This one is in palladium hardware, in the Vache Hunter leather again, which is really lovely. Did we have this one listed, or have I just gone off key? Okay, good. I forgot to put a picture on it on my little list. Right, so gorgeous étoupe interior. So lovely contrasting interior. You've obviously got the really chunky palladium hardware, which again you can see the Hermes Paris logo on the turnkey here. So this one does also come with its strap, which has just been removed, just so that we can kind of show you the difference in the aesthetic when you remove the strap. It also does have a little internal pouch, which is it's beautifully done in a taupe, and then with the June canvas trim. It's a really lovely little pouch. Again, in palladium hardware, this one. I'll just close the top flap, because you have the sort of the raw leather hide on the inside here. Okay. Yeah, very safari vibes. Going on safari, need something to take the snacks in. Yeah, I love it. It's such a good... I've really warmed to the hair bag recently. I was a bit of a Birkin and Kelly snob for a long time, but now we're seeing some really lovely neutral colours. Sometimes they go a bit rogue and do some really outlandish colour combinations. We've got a bright pink magnolia and navy over there, which is a bit of a wild colour combination. We've had some other really fruity combos, but I'm a purist. I like going to the neutral colours, and they're definitely kind of...
How much I love these. I've seen these too.
Yeah, I think people discount the hair bag, because traditionally it used to be something you can get quite easily in store. Now it's really quite hard to get the neutral colours, particularly like the limited edition fabric ones, like the Ecru one that's still available just at the top of the screen there. So this one is new colour June Verso Taupe, which is really cute. I love the zip pouch. And I don't know if you can see, the interior is June and the exterior. So they're really nice little details that they've put in on this one, which I think is super, super cute. Right, so it is available for £3,900 or $4,787 US in June canvas, Vache Hunter leather and toile with palladium hardware. I'm just trying to show the lovely detailing on the hardware. It's so nice. So this obviously does come again with the crossbody strap, just like the other piece. We've just removed it for show. It's great. So 31 centimetre. It's a really easy size, because you could still overload it and wear it, and it's not going to be too offensively heavy like some of the bigger travel bags that Hermès produce. Once you actually start putting things in them, they do get quite weighty, whereas the 31 centimetre you can't really do too much damage. I'm a classic overpacker. I'll get to the drawer and I'll think, oh, I know, I've got a bit of room in my bag. I'll fill it with 3 things that I don't necessarily need, but just in case. Good Girl Scout. Right, okay, next piece we're going to move on to. Where should we go next? Should we maybe do some shoes? We have one pair left. Oh, I've disappeared off camera. Got distracted. We have one pair left of the very, very sought after. These are beige sable. The most incredible, I don't know if you can see, raised. So it's got a really classic Hermès pattern embossed into the suede. This is beige sable is the colour. It's a really lovely muted kind of nudie sandy colour. These are so impossibly hard to get hold of. They sell the moment that they arrive. We have one pair left in the 37, brand new. Hi Cheryl, how are you doing? Cheryl, if you've just joined us, you can obviously see any of the pieces that we have just gone through here listed in the top of the screen. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Cypher are becoming so difficult. They have just released a few more. I'm going to put one pair down so I can show the detailing a bit better. They have just released a few more colours in the Cypher, but they are being restricted as to how many you can purchase at one time in most stores. So they are very, very sought after and becoming very, very rare. So the pairs that we do see are very limited in sizing. So we have one pair left in the 37. They are a great shoe. They are completely unworn. They come with their original box and dust bag ribbon. Obviously have the classic Hermes logo on the inner sole on both shoes, and then the embossed suede upper, and then just show both pairs are unworn with that amazing H logo on the black rubber sole as well. So they're available in the 37 for £1,450 or $1,780 US, and they are completely sold out and have been discontinued from stores. We're not really seeing any more come out of store now. So these are incredibly sought after. D, hi, just any Takkaras? No, actually, we have not seen any. So the Takkaras are, for anyone that doesn't know, the Cypher with the sort of the heel strap, basically. They are such a cult shoe. We have not received any. D, what is your size? If we receive any, we'll try and let you know. But there aren't any coming out of store really now, apart from in the sort of the larger men's sizes we're really only seeing at the moment. Sam, just curious about the low pricing of the Her bag. Ooh, which one? Low pricing? Which is that the June or the limited edition one? They're quite good market pricing. I mean, the Her bag obviously doesn't carry quite the aggressive premium that the Birkins and Kellys will. Their in-store pricing is around the £2,000 mark. So they'll only be a small sort of premium on some of those. Hi Nina, how are you doing? Good afternoon, thank you for joining us. Sam, which Her bag was it that you were talking about? I think they're both quite good pricing, actually. Okay, right, we'll move on to another pair of shoes, perhaps. We have just received another pair in a taupe, in an Oran, and actually an Oasis as well, which I don't think is supposed to be part of the show, but we're going to do anyway, just because. And there's actually never, shocker, for a neutral, their sort of core neutral colours, until this year hadn't released the Oran in a taupe. And as you can see, any Hermes experts among us know a taupe generally comes with the contrasting stitching, but not in the Oran. They've done it with complementary brown stitching and that lovely kind of wooden look sole, which is actually just sort of neutered natural leather, but it kind of looks like it has a different material. It's lovely soft leather soles. They've obviously never been worn. These are sized in a 40.5. Again, a very difficult half size to come across, but in a taupe, which is in Epsom leather, the uppers, so they're pretty hard wearing. It's got the lovely soft inner sole, as you can see, in the smooth fox leather. Really lovely colour. We've actually just received in the Oasis as well. For anyone that doesn't know, the Oasis is the slight sort of kitten heel version of the Oran. So it's just got that dinky little heel. So we've received a few sizes, which will be launched on the site very soon in the Oasis. Oh, that's not helpful because I'm covering the heel. There you go. It's a really lovely, lovely colour. That one actually has contrasting inner sole there and heel, unlike the Oran, which has the lovely soft, lighter leather trim around the foot. It's a really, really great colour, the taupe. It's that lovely grey brown. It's really flattering on the skin tone actually as well, because it's got that nice grey undertone to make sure feet look nice and tanned. We all know we forget to put sunscreen on our feet. I am a terrible one for that. Right, so a taupe Epsom Oasis in the 40.5 are available for £725, and that's $890. Impossible to get in store at the moment. They are really super sought after. So they are available a bit more of a premium than most of the Orans and Oasis that we sell are obviously much closer to retail pricing, sometimes beneath retail pricing. But these obviously are so difficult to get hold of. They are available at a slight premium. Okay, right. A taupe orange done. Next, I think maybe we will do an taupe Kelly. So, the perfect matching bag for your new taupe sandals is a 25 centimetre, a taupe Kelly in gorgeous, yeah, it does, it's a great colour with white, Sam, you're right. It is a taupe Togo leather in 25 centimetres. It's got that lovely soft retourné stitching, nice soft supple sides. So it gives you lots of room to be able to put all of your bits and bobs in. Even in the smaller size, it's surprising how much you can get into a 25 centimetre Kelly. I've mastered it, in fact. Obviously, it features the most beautiful contrasting stitching, much like the gold that we just saw. Lovely palladium hardware, kind of really brings the grey undertone of the taupe out. I'm going to just show you how different the colours actually, tonally they're really beautiful. So that's Epsom leather in the shoe and Togo leather in the bag. That's such a winning combination. Love that. And absolutely with like a white linen trouser or a white jean. It's a really gorgeous combination. Really lovely. So again, it's brand new. It is U-stamp dated, receipt dated 2022. Like most of the pieces we're showing off today actually are pretty much all bar one or two U-stamp. So fresh from store, literally dated, I think a month ago, this one. It's a really great size, the 25 centimetre. It's a really wearable size. Obviously it comes much like the mini Kellys. They come with a crossbody strap which you can attach, which sits on most people, unless you're quite broad, it'll sit on your hip, more or less, a little bit higher than your hip. It's a really, really nice, I'm just going to raise it a little bit so you can see amongst all of the chat. Stunning. Brand new, all of the hardware intact with its protective plastic. Yes, absolutely, Zam. After gold and black, I would say a taupe is up there with our most requested classic. It really is like one of the first colours that most clients consider when starting to introduce or starting to build a collection. So it's available in the 25 centimetre, a taupe Togo leather with palladium hardware, full set, unworn at £25,500 or $31,304 US. It's a great bag. It's really, really cute and becoming quite difficult to get hold of in the smaller size. They do obviously carry the biggest premium because they are the most classic colours and therefore the most coveted. It's really great. Love that one. That's one of my top picks, I think, for today. Next, I wanted to show you one really other beautiful new 21-22 colour that we started to see in the neutral palette. We've got a couple of pieces so the lovely neutral tones we saw in chai and biscuit, so food inspired. We actually have a brand new, so this is biscuit. This is a lovely kind of slightly more pastel-y tone to the gold in Togo 25 centimetre gold hardware, which really sits quite beautifully with this colour. Obviously the Togo leather, you've got quite a lot more irregular natural graining. It's got, it's a really beautiful leather actually, this one. Really soft, supple, yummy indeed. So biscuit, really beautiful, just tonally I'll give you, so we'll pick another Togo bag just to give you an idea of colour. Classic gold, lovely biscuit. So they do actually, when compared, they look very, very different. but we've had quite a few clients send pictures that they've seen of the biscuit sort of tones, assuming that it was gold, because obviously there haven't been very many produced in this colour. They've actually done it in exotic as well. I think that was, perhaps that was the chai. They've done in exotic, and it is unbelievable. It's a really beautiful colour. So yeah, just to compare how it sits against the classic gold. It's much paler. It's a much more muted, very subtle, kind of neutral tone. Really lovely, and obviously in the retourné style as well. So it's got that really nice, soft, supple shape. Yeah, it's definitely, I think that's such a bonus of being able to be surrounded by the bags, Cheryl, is that when we receive colours in, we can naturally always compare them to see where they sit in the colour chart, because I think sometimes, even when you're placing a special order, you're only given a small slither of leather to compare to. It's very different when the full bag is in place. Obviously, being able to see, compare sizes and the kind of the subtle nuances in all of the new colours is really quite special. It's really beautiful. One of my absolute fave new colours. I think it's really easy to wear this colour, this kind of lovely neutral. It sits really beautifully with denim. Again, nicely with white as well. Really beautiful new colour. So this one literally just arrived the other day. Again, as with all of our unworn bags, it comes complete with all original packaging and accessories, and all of its hardware plastics are intact. Okay, so the B25 biscuit in Togo leather with lovely gold hardware is available at £25,900, and that's $31,857 US. It's gorgeous. Really, really lovely one. So the next piece that I wanted to show, I can't remember if we did this one the other week because I'm a bit obsessed with this colour. I've got a terrible memory. But this is actually chai. So it's in Swift leather, so it's instantly going to look a little bit different, but it's the next sort of palest colour, as you can see, moving on in the neutral kind of family. This has just also been introduced for 2021-22. So this is in the beautiful chai Swift leather, gold hardware. It's a U stamp, so 2022 receipt. It's got the most beautiful detailing on the cut. I think it's just so elegant. It's a great shape. Oh, thanks, Sam. It's a nice curation. This is like the highlight of my week, getting to pick all of the nice new bits. And I also like merchandising, so we've got a really beautiful selection so that we can actually compare colours and leathers and things like that. I think it's always quite interesting when we get new colours and things in so that you can actually see the progression. And obviously, in terms of making them more wearable as well, sometimes it's quite difficult on screen to be able to visualise what the colours are going to look like against one another. So I think being able to compare them in live time is always quite helpful. But thank you, Sam. It's actually gorgeous. Lovely with the gold hardware as well. They are very slim, the Kelly cut. They are very discreet. They are a great evening bag. And they are handy because you don't have to fill your pockets, which is normally me because I'm overstuffing my handbags. But it's actually quite roomy. Although slim, it's lovely and long. It's got a cute little top handle, which is adjustable on the top. You can obviously hold it like a clutch without the handle too. All of the classic detailing of the Kelly with the sangles and the turnkey. And then obviously the back detailing of the sangles. It's really lovely. Swift leather is commonly mistaken for maybe a little bit more of a delicate leather, but in terms of being able to buff out tiny scuffs, because it's a smooth leather, it's quite easy to hide scuffs. I would say that most clients of Swift leather do tend to want to be able to use their bag. And that is obviously testament to how well they keep their patina. But also, I think it's one of the beauties of a smooth leather bag is that they actually start to look carved. It's a really beautiful one. Okay, and this one is also available to shop today via the link in the top of the screen there. So it is available at £12,950 or $15,897 US. So again, it's brand new, comes with all original packaging and paperwork. There are no sort of traditional accessories with the Kelly cut. It doesn't come with a strap or clochette or anything like that. But it is a full set with all plastics on the hardware, so it doesn't have any stud feet, obviously the cut. It's all leather apart from the turnkey and the plaques. Okay, so Chai, love that new neutral. I think we only had, which was the other ones we wanted to do? I wanted to find, where else did we go?
We do have the gold orange, but DM.
Yes. So, well, we kind of flashed them earlier. We do actually have a new cipher in the natural, which I think we should have details for. We've just received a size run in these, which have been reproduced. So last year, these sold out immediately in the soft box leather. They have actually been reproduced in Epsom, and this is a natural, is the colour. Most people assume it's gold, but it's actually a little bit darker than gold. I'll show you. It's got a little bit of a slightly more sort of rusty undertone to the classic gold colour. So it's a really warm tan. These are impossible to get hold of at the moment, just generally the cipher being really hard, but the neutral colours definitely are the most sought after at the moment. They come with the adjustable strap across the foot, so if you are slightly narrower of foot, you can make that a little bit tighter on the arch of your foot. They are incredibly comfortable. They come with like a pre-raised inner sole that's really super comfy, sits to your foot really nicely. Classic rubber sole with the Hermes H logo on, so they're really chunky. They give your foot a lot of support. They're a little bit easier to wear than the Oran, I would say. You do have to concentrate sometimes when you schlep in an Oran. But these have obviously got the top strap across the top of the foot and the shaped insole, which sits on your foot a little bit better. But they're really great. In terms of sizing, we actually have, I think we have these are the 39, I think. 39. So we have a 39 immediately shoppable via the show, but we also have 38, 37 and 37.5 just arrived. So we do have good size availability in these moments. So please do DM us if your size isn't featured on the show. We are going to feature the 39, which I would say is probably one of our most popular sizes. So that's a UK 6, European 39 in these, or a US 9. But really beautiful in the Epsom leather, just to show you they've got that lovely natural graining. So they're available in natural Epsom in the classic Hermes cipher for £1,450 or $1,780 US. And they're great. Lovely black, soft inner sole there. They're such a statement piece. They are becoming quite iconic in the Hermes shoe selection. We do feature a lot of them, but that's simply because they sell so quickly. They are still proving to be really popular and really difficult to get hold of in store, which is why we are always so keen to promote them, because I would say that we probably do have the best selection of these. Fantastic. Okay, I think that is everything for today. Do we have anything else, Rachel? Has anybody spotted anything else in the back of? We could potentially go through something else, but this is always really dangerous because this is how we overran a little bit last time. Thank you very much for tuning in. There is a show later on this afternoon as well, which Rachel will pin later, so put it in your diary. Yes, fantastic. It was Grace and Sophie this afternoon for the styling show. Amazing. You can obviously go through all of the looks to put all of your beautiful Hermes purchases with. We love that. Thank you, Cheryl.
And
As what, sorry?
and
Oh my God. We'll blame the contacts with the pollen count today because my eyesight has been horrendous. Thank you so much for joining us. Can I order the size 7, please? Yes, DM us off the back of the show and we will be in touch with the 7. We have a 37 in the cipher immediately in front of me. We will hide them and set them aside for you. Absolutely. Okay, cool. Yes, Rachel has DM'd has pinned. Oh gosh, it's all falling apart at the end. It's doing so well. Gold Kelly, gold hardware. Yes, Sam, what size? What are you looking for? Thank you, Nina, for joining us. Sam, what gold Kelly? There is a 25 centimetre available that has literally just arrived. I think that's the only gold Kelly we've got. I'll show you really quickly. We've got time. It's so hot in here though, I'm absolutely dying. 28. What's the gold? Yeah, I think it makes me look more tanned. I think gold, if you've got like an olivey undertone, which I sort of do even though I am fair, I think gold always brings out a good tan colour, which I think is good. Sam, 28, we don't have at the moment, I don't believe, in gold. We just have, no, I think everything's out today.
What's this one?
We've just got, this one is a 25. This one is the dinkier size. So it's just that little bit more delicate. The hardware is like a little bit more tiny. It's the slightly smaller size in the 25, which is due to go online quite soon in the 25 centimetre. But Sam, if we get a 28 in, I will make sure we feature it next week for you. I will keep my eyes peeled. Because that is like the ultimate classic Kelly combo. Gold hardware. Gorgeous. All right, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. We will see you again next week from the Vault. Obviously, Sabrina's live show on a Tuesday. It's also featuring some incredible new pieces. The 28 confetti. Yes, it did. It sold. K28 confetti. Yes, it did sold. We've just received a Mauve Sylvester and we have a confetti in the Birkin, Sam, which will also be going live in a couple of days, I believe. Oh, we can. Do you want to have a little look at the Mauve, Sam, really quickly? It's a 25 again, though. Hang on a minute. Get me up.
Feel like you play some Mauve music?
Yeah, I take the glass off as well. It's really terrible. Yeah. Entering music, please. I love that. Taking off my gloves just in case that made any difference to my body temperature. It did not. So that's the Mauve. I think we looked at this a couple of weeks ago. But confetti is definitely a truer pink. This is definitely more lilac-y pink. The confetti, there is a confetti Birkin going on. We will put it in the show next week. We can have a little look. We can go back to all the summery pinks. Hopefully the sun will be out again next week. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. If that is it, if we don't have any more questions, we will see you again next week. Have a great week. Goodbye.